Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm looking at the ET Deluxe Ultimate Action Figure, his 40th anniversary. There's a few of these out. There's one where he's dressed up like a girl, and then there's one that's kind of like this one, except he has like a white blanket and it doesn't light up. This one lights up. And then I think there's one where he's dressed like where he was when he got drunk, and he had the flannel shirt on, and it seems like there might be another one, but this is the light up one, and we'll open it up and see all the it's also has a lot more accessories. It has the setup, the ET call home, ET phone home accessories. His little setup he had in the forest. So let's open this bad boy up. It has the flap that opens up where you can see the contents. It's from NECA. NECA often has that feature where it's a box where you can open it up and has a window inside. And it has a lot of extra hands and stuff. And it says it has interchangeable necks and hands, so I guess that means that you can make take the neck part out and make him have like his neck's not extended. Although they don't have that picture on there, so I'm kind of interested in seeing if that's the case. Alright, so I'll cut that piece of tape there. There we go. Slide this whole part out. Actually got a pretty nice little backdrop you could use. Okay. Okay, I thought that part might be a little flimsier, but it's actually hard plastic. So that's good. I'll just start popping all the pieces out, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead and put the plastic pieces back as I go. We'll figure all this out in a minute. And he's just held in with one of those elastic straps. I usually just try to get them out without pulling those out. Keep the packaging as much like it was if I want to put it back in the box or something. Alrighty, and I dropped a hand in the floor. I'll get it in a minute. So there he is. Okay, I like the sturdiness of it. It's got really good sturdy hinges for it to be really thin arms. Very posable. His feet, oh yeah, they do move. I was going to say his feet don't move, but they do. That is pretty cool. So he has this little, can you see that? There you go, you can see it that way. There's a little plastic tab they put in toys to keep them from the battery from making contact until you pull it out so that it saves the battery. So we'll pull that out. Looks like there's a button right here. There we go. He lights up. That is nice. And it stays lit up until you turn it off. So you don't have to constantly hold the button down. I like that. I also like the fact that you hardly notice the, there's like a little door here, I guess, where they glued on. And I guess it's more transparent than the other plastic, and I guess the light is behind there, but you don't really hardly notice it, especially when the light's on. So I like how they did that, because it's really clear plastic, but you don't notice it because it is, it looks brown like the rest when it's not lit up. That is very ingenious how they did that. Okay. NECA, I've always been impressed with their figures because they're built well. And I know a lot of adult toys are, you know, they say, oh, if your kids play with them, they'll break in about 2 minutes because they're not meant to be played with. But this one actually, I mean, his arms could break pretty easily if you had a rough kid, but they are pretty sturdy. I mean, I got a kid in the family that I would let play with this and not worry about it, and he's actually kind of rough. So I think, I mean, if that tells you anything, I think he could probably play with this. If I told him, you know, don't be careful with it or whatever, I think he could play with it and not tear it up. Okay, I'm going to check his head out because it says you can pop, that you can change the neck links. So. I could be wrong though. Let's see what it says. Features light up LED chest, potted plant, communicator device, interchangeable necks, and a hand. Well, the fact that that's the only neck it came with, I'm thinking this must just pop off so that you can... Yeah, okay, there it is. So this is the neck extension. I was worried about that. Sometimes I wish they would tell you a little bit more because you're kind of afraid to break it, but it's got the same ball. Well, yeah. No, I'm wrong. It's got a ball and a ball, so. Oh. Well, I hate it. That part I don't like. I would like to be able to put him with his head down. And I can't because it has a ball and a ball. So I don't know why it says interchangeable necks, because it doesn't really have that. Unless it's talking about if you get one of the other figures. I think some of the other figures do not have the extended neck. Maybe the one with the flannel shirt. So you might could take the head off of that one and pop it on this one if you want to have him with his head down without the shirt. But you'd have to buy another figure. So that part I'm kind of disappointed about. I would like to be able to have him with his head, with his neck down also sometimes. That would have been cool. Okay, that's my one gripe so far. Everything else I've liked about it, though. All right, let's pop his neck back on. Let's see, I think the fat part was at the bottom, I believe. And they do not make these easy to pop on and off sometimes. But I guess the fat part might be at the top. Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, that's why it wasn't easy, because I had the wrong end. So that part probably was supposed to pop off very often, so it's going to be a little harder to pop back on. There it goes. I got it. All right. So, has a superposable neck, though. You can make him look up. Put his head all the way down to his chest. That's pretty good. Oh, well, maybe not. Let's pop back out. Let's see. Okay. It doesn't go all the way down to his chest unless you pop the ball loose again. He has pretty good neck range. That's good. If he wants to be looking up like he's phoning home. Just his feet where he'll stand up. I don't know that he actually needs to have adjustable feet, because unless you want it just to have him looking like more line. But, you know, they had to be a particular way for him to stand, so. But I do like that they are posable, just in case you wanted it to be. All right, I'm just going to leave them turned on here. We're going to look at some of the other hands. So this one is almost the same, except the thumb's not out. I'm sorry, I got off camera. The thumb's not out on this one. Other than that, they're about the same. And then this one has a hand that is like to hold something. And get this one I dropped in the floor. Alright, sorry about that. And this one has the finger out. Okay, I was hoping they'd have that one because he can be pointing up at the sky. So I'm going to switch that out with the... there we go. Pop this one off. There we go. I want to have him pointing up like he's saying phone home. There. Uh-oh. Put this box back here to hold it up. I'm going to keep this little scene here, the backdrop. All right, now let's see how this is supposed to look. It's got a little, kind of like, feels kind of like one of those little antennas that's on the back of a stereo, but it doesn't have a wire in it. It's just plastic. That could break very easily. So I would not let a kid play with that necessarily, because it would probably snap pretty easily. But this actually has like little cables. There's not like one hard setup. You can actually arrange it different ways. So we got what looks like one of those little batteries that go in those big thick flashlights. And you got the speaking spell that's been altered. And that's pretty cool, because it looks like it's got a circuit board where he's got it attached to it, and he's been working on it. And has a walkie-talkie. And then this record player with the umbrella and the fork that turns the little saw. I think that saw might actually turn. I don't know if it's meant to. It's not meant to, because that umbrella is in place. So it actually, when I tried to turn it just then, it actually broke that little spindle right there. So just so you know, do not try to turn the blade even though it turns, because I just broke that part. So this is for looks only, basically. All right, let's see if we can figure out how all this is supposed to look, because it doesn't really give you instructions on how to set it up. So we'll use the box reference. Okay, so this umbrella, okay, this is the handle to the umbrella. And that's actually metal, so that's good. That makes it sturdy. So it looks like this part goes here, and it goes down into the one in the base. That makes that pretty sturdy then. Let's look at this. That's a coffee can. I guess that's like a funnel. A funnel going down into a coffee can. And I'm not sure what that part's supposed to be. And that's attached to an umbrella. So take note, if you need to do some interstellar communicators to make your own, you need a coffee can, a funnel, an umbrella, a record player, a saw blade, a coat hanger, and a speak and spell, and a walkie-talkie, and a battery. And you can talk to people interstellarly, I guess. Oh, and a fork. Don't forget your fork. Okay, now this one is not attached to anything, so I need to see what it's supposed to be attached to. I don't know if it was attached to something and has come loose, or if I'm supposed to attach it to something. So let's see. So what I have figured out is, from all the reference pictures, and I even looked online, that one little wire doesn't seem to go to anything. It's not even pictured in the photos for the item on any of the sites. So I'm not sure, but maybe it's just an extra one in case one breaks off. You can have something to work with. I don't know. Or it's just an afterthought. But getting a little closer here, this umbrella is the most delicate part. Move this out of the way for a second. If you'll notice where I tried to spin that saw blade on the record player, it broke the spindle, and the other side broke right afterwards, and I hardly even touched it. So this actually, let me set this up here. Okay, this part here actually, it is definitely just for looks, because see, it broke on both sides there, and it has a little tab where it sticks in on the edge there, and that's what holds it in place. But it'll be easy enough to glue, I think, but it's not meant to be manipulated really to for play or anything like that. So that's definitely something that would break very easily with a kid playing with it, or an adult in my case. But I will try I guess I'll glue that back. It's got a place on each side that has to be glued right there. And I believe this part here was glued even and it came out. It might have just been stuck in there, but I'll be gluing that. But just for reference, and that's why I like to do videos like this. Don't try to spin that out of curiosity, because you'll end up having to repair this thing. Anyway, I got it fixed up good enough for now for our purposes of doing this video. So this umbrella also seems to be weighted more on one side. I don't think it's really meant to be, but even when I spin this a certain way, it seems like this side has more weight to it. It wants to lean to that side. So I kind of finally just rotated it the way I wanted it to go and then set it up. And the other thing is these little cable, they're not real cables, they're plastic, but they're like bent the way they're molded. So they don't it would kind of be nice if it did have some actual wire in there so you could bend them the way you wanted, because it took me about 10 minutes to set this up while I was off camera, and they want to fall over and stuff. If you had wires in it, you could actually make them stay where you wanted a little better. And see, that umbrella's already come out again. I'm definitely gonna have to glue that, but let's see if I can stick it back in there for a second. I will repair that later. Okay, so here's our setup, and everything's attached to the umbrella too. So every time you try to, if that's not glued in there, every time you try to move this over here and prop it up or whatever, it tries to pull that umbrella out of that little tab hole there. So that's probably my biggest gripe, is that part, the umbrella. I keep saying umbrella, the coat hanger. I keep saying umbrella, this is umbrella. The coat hanger is probably my biggest gripe. It's very fragile. And my second gripe is it would have been really nice if you could take this neck part out when you wanted to and make him have the short neck. But other than that, I think this is a really great figure. I like that you can actually just kind of tap the button in the back to make it come on temporarily if you're playing, or you can press it a little bit harder and it stays on until you turn it off. It'd been kind of nice if you can make that finger light up too, but that would take a lot more doing, considering all the articulation and everything, unless he has a separate battery in his hand or something, but that's just not worth it. All right, so one more thing I want to look at before we go is the flower pot. So he has all these different hands. This one is to hold something, but I'm not really sure what, unless he's holding something as he's working on his device, like the battery or something. You could have it look like he's putting it together, I guess. And I'm not actually going to swap this out right this second, but you could actually have him holding the battery or the speaking spell or something, like he's working on it. And then he's got, all these are right hands swaps, except for, you got the one where he's holding something, you got the one with the thumb out, and then you got the one with the finger pointing. And the other one, other than the original left hand, is like this one with the thumb pulled in, and that's so that you can do the scene where he's holding the flower pot. So really the only alternate left hand he has is his flower pot holding hand. But let's swap those out and put the flower pot in his hand for a minute. I try not to bend as I pull out on the tabs, even though they do have the articulated wrist joints. I just try to make sure when I'm pulling, I just get it straight and I pull straight out. so that I don't bend that peg and break it as I'm doing so. Alright, so let's make him hold his flower pot. I hope they do the kids and stuff from this line. That would be really good. These are 7-inch scale, and it'd be nice to have a little Gertie and a Elliot. Yeah, let's see if I can make him hold it. I guess he has to kind of, let's see how they got it in the picture. You must have to kind of hold it in pretty tight. Yeah, he kind of braces the bottom part on his belly, I guess. So, see if we can get him bent the right way here. And he has the other hand kind of over the front, so he's not really holding it like that. He's more holding it like this in the picture. So there you go. Something like that. All right. And there he is holding the flower pot. Yeah, let's just do some close-up shots here. So overall, the color scheme and the paint detail, I'm very impressed with. This is a very high quality figure. I believe this one goes for about $45 US. Where the other ones in the line are more like $35. And I guess that's mainly because he lights up, but also because he has all these extra accessories. The other ones have some accessories, but they're not as big as this big umbrella and stuff. And the little wires and stuff may be more, I don't know if they're more cost prohibitive or what, doing these kind of little small details. But I think the other ones are more just like things like the flower, like one piece bulky items. Like I have to look at the pictures of what comes with the other ones, but I think they're not as like finely detailed and stuff. But the main thing to take away from this is when you're unpacking your figure and setting it up, I don't know what that other wire goes to. It's a mystery. If anybody knows, leave a comment. I would like to know. I haven't been able to find anything on the websites or anything about it. I'm going to try to look at references to the movie scenes and see if I can tell anything from that. But in the pictures for the item on the different websites and stuff, it really just shows a wire going from that fork through the coat hanger, and it looks like it goes around to the back and then to the umbrella, but it appears to be the same wire because it only shows one wire, and it's really long just to go around to the back. It looks like it should just go around to the back, and then that one, actually in the picture, it looks like the one that goes, the way it is, it goes from that coat hanger wire to the, up here, to this coffee can. In the pictures, it looks like the one from the back, which looks like it would be the plug for the item, it looks like it goes to the coffee can. But this is attached. It's not any way to swap those. So I guess that's a prototype picture. That doesn't come out without breaking it. So I'm guessing that was a prototype picture. And that's probably what they did in the prototype. I don't know if that's just a mistake from the difference in the prototype and when it actually went to production. But this wire hasn't got anything to go to that I can tell. These, I thought maybe it hooked to a speak and spell or something, but I couldn't find anywhere where it would, that's obvious it would stick to. Let's see if I can get the detail on this too. I like the detail on this speak and spell. It trying to get it focused, I'm sorry. There we go. That's pretty good. So it even has little letters on it. And it has the Texas Instruments logo. And then it has looks like a speaker they turned around backwards, which I believe the speaking spell had a speaker there anyway. So I don't know. I guess that's just to make it look more complex or something. But then he has a circuit board, and then all the wires that go to that, to everything else. So I was really impressed with the detail with even just that little circuit board, the way it's painted. It looks like a circuit board. And that may actually just be a little sticker on there, actually. Let's see. Yeah, that, actually, you know, now I look at that circuit board is actually just a sticker. I can tell now. You can tell now in that shot where the light's in it. But still, it looks really impressive. And then you got your little walkie-talkie. Not a whole lot of detail on that one, but they do have like where the wire goes in, where the battery compartment would have been, and the battery compartment cover's gone. And it even looks like where you would see where two batteries would go. So that's pretty good, I guess. I didn't even notice that until I looked at it on the camera. The camera kind of zooms in on it. You can tell from a distance, you don't really notice it much. And then this little battery. It doesn't have a logo. I don't know what brand battery it's supposed to be, but I remember they used to be that color back in the day. I don't remember what the brand name was, but I noticed they don't have the logo for it like they did the Texas Instruments. So that was pretty neat, I thought. And then the coffee can's a generic coffee can. It don't have a logo. I think that's an old Maxwell House coffee can in the movie, if I remember right, but I'd have to look. And then the record player looks like it has a blue jean pattern or something, like a pocket. I don't remember if in the movie if it had like a denim cover on it or what. I have to look at that too. But and like I said, that coat hanger breaking off right there, you can see where both sides broke, and then it has that part right there where this little tab here goes. That one out focus. That little tab goes into that hole, and then those two little things, and that's all that holds it really. And all those wires have a lot of different pressure, a lot of different strain points because of the way, you know, anytime you manipulate these, that is, you can kind of see how it rocks right there where those attach. So that is your weak spot. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to glue this back and try to reinforce it. But other than that, I'm really impressed with this set. I like it. I'm a big ET fan anyway. I have a life-size ET over here, one of the stunt, what they call them, stunt replicas or something. And I think NECA put those out, if I remember right. And I'm going to turn his little battery off to save it. It'd be interesting to know how long that battery would last for. And it has a little compartment for a battery, so you can replace the battery if it dies. It has a little Phillips head screwdriver, and it's probably probably one of those kind of batteries you have in the laser pointers. Let's see if it says on the box what type battery. There it is. Well, it's a small print. Let's see. Unscrewed battery compartment cover. There it is right there. Two 1.5 volt LR626 button cell batteries. I think you can get those at Dollar Tree. But they're basically just the little batteries like you have on a laser pointer. And then you actually can buy a laser pointer sometimes and just take the batteries out. You can get a laser pointer for $1, and the batteries cost more than the laser pointer sometimes. So, but the ones they have at Dollar Tree now, I don't think you can remove the batteries. I guess they figured people figured that little trick out. So they're like a one-time use. Once the batteries go, you can't even replace them. So I guess you could bust into them and get the batteries out, but you can get like a couple for $1.25 without the laser pointer, I think. And there you have it. Thanks for joining in with us to watch the video, and please like and subscribe. I am totally new to this YouTube channel thing, and I'm really liking it, and I will get better, I promise. I know I can probably learn to articulate a little better and things, but I will get to that point. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Actually, I probably watch YouTube more than I watch TV, and I've watched a lot of people go from like channels where they first started, or go back and look at their old videos where they first started and how far they had come, and it's just amazing how far people come from when they get in their comfort zone. And I'm trying to get to that point. I'm just not totally there yet, 'cause I'm not used to speaking on camera and stuff, but eventually I will be, and I'll be on the camera eventually and stuff. I'm just trying to get some things out now without a lot of editing process. So, and I'm sure you can tell from seeing the videos, it's a very small amount of editing. I usually do almost a one take and try to do my best with that. But eventually I got some software and a brand new computer just for all this. I hadn't got out of the box yet, and I eventually intend to do some better quality edits and graphics and things like that. So they will get better. I just hadn't had a chance for my work schedule, and after the holidays things will get a little better. Right now I'm just trying to get myself into the rhythm of doing this at least once a day, and just trying to get in a rhythm, I guess. And once I get to doing that, I think that'll be the biggest learning curve, is just allotting time every day to do this and stuff. But then once I get the equipment all set up, I'll have a much better quality of videos. So thanks for watching, and tell your friends. I'm trying to grow the channel. I know it takes a while, but I've been putting some videos out and nobody has found them, I don't think. But maybe they will. It just takes time and enough people clicking and sharing for word to get out, and people coming back to see what else I have and stuff. But I'm not trying to have expectations that it's just going to be a huge channel overnight. I understand how that works, but as I get more content up, more people visit, and I have different variety of things and get different demographic of people. Some people might like ET, some people might like Masters of the Universe. I like a little bit of everything, so I'll be doing a little bit of everything. And some, we might get different people from different demographics, and eventually the channel grows. So the Deluxe Ultimate ET. And please watch and subscribe and comment and share and like and all that stuff. And thanks for tuning in.